Hey, what's up? My name is Sora. I'm coach of the Dover Delmize, and we are in week 1 of VBL-S season 13. This week we're playing up against Ryan and the Dublin Dondozos in, like I said, the first match of the season for us. So going in this, we don't have any information on how the opponent likes to use their team. I don't have any information on how I like to use my team. And so, this is going to be the week where we start to feel things out and see how things work out. So I've decided to come out this week with one of my main gimmicks that I drafted front and center, which we'll see in a moment. But it's just a quick review of the matchup. They have the fastest Pokemon, Dugtrio, which is pretty scary for my team actually because I have a fairly bad ground weakness. So I did have to sort of plan around having a strategy to not just lose to some choice band Earthquake spam or something. Hopefully I've addressed that enough. I don't know if that's something that'll actually come, but I would not be surprised at all to see Dugtrio show up this week. In terms of the rest of the speeds, we both have our slowest Pokemon are both the same speed stat. I would say that my Pokemon lean a little bit faster in general. They have more slower Pokemon, but they do have the fastest Pokemon in the entire match. So I haven't focused incredibly hard on either side of the speed war. I've kind of opted to have both options, but I haven't really gone all in either way, as we'll see from my team preview in a moment. Interesting things about the opponent's team: they only have one Fake Out on Shiftry, they only have one Tailwind on Shiftry, they have one form of Redirection with Rage Powder Venonat, which they also have, I think it's 5 potential Eviolite holders, or 5 non-fully evolved Pokemon. Obviously, they can only use one Eviolite. So I'm interested to see how they build the team around that, because almost half of their team is not fully evolved. They have an Intimidate user in Luxray, which is something I've tried to account for with my physical attackers. The Mesprit's kind of interesting. It's kind of scary because of its bulk. It also is fairly respectable attacking stats, so I've tried to address that in the builds as well. There's only one Trick Room setter, and that is the Mesprit. So despite the fact that they have some pretty slow Pokemon, the only Pokemon that can set Trick Room is Mesprit. So if I can find a way to take care of it and they want to play Trick Room, then they'll probably be in some trouble. So that being said, let's hop over into my team preview to see how I built for this week. First up, we have Pheasantipity, who I'm using mostly as a supportive Pokemon this week. We're running the Covert Cloak just to block any Fake Outs. We're running the Terra Grass just as a defensive Terra to give me another resistance to ground because I have a ground problem. The main offensive option here is Dazzling Gleam. I obviously haven't invested into my special attack, so it's not going to be doing a lot of damage. The idea being I can press it to get some Toxics out there. I'm not really bringing this Pokemon for the damage this week. We have Taunt to, if I need to use it, to potentially block a Trick Room if I'm avoiding Trick Room in a particular game, or just block any sort of annoying supportive type stuff that they want to do. I have Tailwind in case I want to have the option to go faster, because there's a couple of Pokemon on their team that I don't outspeed with Lucario and Pyroar. So that's kind of just there as an option. The other option is to beat up my Lucario. So we have Lucario running the Clear Amulet because there is an Intimidator on the other team. I considered Lumberry, but it's kind of like a toss-up 50-50. Actually, it wasn't 50-50. It was either Clear Amulet, Lumberry, or Life Orb. But with the Calyx I ran, if I actually get beat up off, then there's not very many Pokemon that are going to take my attacks anyway. So Clear Amulet felt better so that I can't get Intimidate spammed. Running Terra Flying to reduce or to eliminate the ground weakness. And then pretty straightforward set, Protect, Close Combat, Bullet Punch. And then Crunch is there as coverage for Mesprit. +4 Crunch will kill even a very bulky defensive Mesprit. And obviously we're running Justified so that the beat up gives us attack boosts. The one thing I do need to remember in the match is that I can't Terra if I want to beat myself up on the same turn, or else I will poison myself, or most likely will poison myself. And in most cases, you'll see the speed on the faster Pokemon. The speed is outspeed things that are one stage slower than it on the sort of speed chart, while also making sure I hit the speed tiers I need to. Nothing really special to say there. I think that's pretty standard stuff. We have Pyroar as our primary special attacking option. Just running a max speed, max special attack set with Throat Spray to proc off the Hyper Voice. and get +1, and then just spam some flamethrowers maybe. I have Will-O-Wisp as a method to handle some of the physical attackers because this team definitely skews towards the physical side. And then I like just have Protect on as many Pokemon as possible. It makes it just nice to maneuver around the game a bit. And running Terra Normal just to get rid of the ground weakness again, and then boost up the power of that Hyper Voice because there are no normal resist on the other team. And then with the ability, I feel like Unnerve is really the only ability I can safely bring. There are no Pokemon on the other team that are locked into one specific gender, so I can't really set up like some sick rivalry calcs or anything like that. Obviously, Moxie's useless for a special attacker, so Unnerve makes the most sense. Next up, we have our boy Diplin. His ability is actually too long to fit on my graphic generator here. Oops. Super Sweet Syrup. Kind of neat, I guess. I have a couple of moves. Actually, I don't know. I might not have any moves that can miss. So maybe it's actually not that useful this week. But running Terra Water to eliminate the ice weakness and make it into a resist. And this thing is very physically bulky, which I think should help against the opponent's team, which is mostly offensive, physically offensive. So yeah, I think this thing will be kind of a nuisance to get rid of. We're running a good amount of investment into special attack just to make sure. There were a couple of calcs I wanted to make sure I hit damage-wise with this so that it wasn't completely like stuck on the field absorbing hits. I wanted to be able to deal a little bit of damage as well. This is obviously my main Trick Room option if I end up in Trick Room or decide setting Trick Room myself. Pollen Puff is kind of useful to heal myself, but it also does a decent amount of damage into Mesprit as well. And obviously we're rocking the Eviolite because, you know, this Pokemon's so bulky with it. Next up we have Torterra. We're running the Iron Defense Body Press with Terra Fighting. Just a little bit of attack for some Headlong Rush calcs, just to make some like potential 2-hit KOs into guaranteed 2-hit KOs. Other than that, though, we're just running full on HP and a bunch of defense. The idea being here that if we get up an Iron Defense and Terra Fighting, we can start doing a crap ton of damage to things with Body Press. We can't be crit because of the Shell Armor. We have Protect and Leftovers to help us heal up a little bit. Again, the opponent's team trends towards being physically offensive, so setting up my defense, not being able to be crit by their physical attackers is going to be quite annoying to deal with if I can get it even just one Iron Defense up. For the Trick Room setter, I brought Hypno this week. The idea is that Hypno basically should give me a free Trick Room. Like there's one line where I don't get Trick Room off, and it's if Venonat comes and it Sleep Powders me. I actually considered running Insomnia, but I feel like the Fake Out is more threatening than like a random Sleep Powder hitting me. And I can always adjust if Venonat, like I don't know if I would even expect Venonat to come. They have 5 potential Eviolite users on their team, and they can only use it on one Pokemon, so I would not expect to see all of those Pokemon show up. So I felt like I was better off playing towards Inner Focus to block the Fake Out and the Mental Herb to block a Taunt. I have Encore on this thing to be annoying, so I can Encore into like a Fake Out or like a Tailwind on Shiftry or something like that, or just any sort of, you know, advantageous move, Protect, whatever. Helping Hand just helps some of my other calcs go over the top to do a little bit extra damage here and there, and then Foul Play, since I'm not investing it all into the offenses, Foul Play is pretty nice to have. So yeah, that's the team. We're going to hop right into the game, and we're going to see how it goes. Then I open team sheets. Let's make sure we have taken note of what they've brought with them. So no Sliggoo, no Samurott, no Croc, no Luxray. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking off to the side to see what we got going on here. I took off the wrong one. This. All right. So the anger point is here. I do need to be careful of that. The Fake Out is here. Probably not running much Trick Room. So let's see. Do I want to go? I don't know if I want to go straight for the beat up. I don't know if I love that, to be honest. I do think Fez on lead. Do I want to play Trick Room here, actually? Because they're fast. I think I want Torterra in the back. Because it hits a lot of stuff. Let's see. I mean, Pyroar might be good. It's faster than everything except for Cryogonal and Dugtrio. See that? First game of the season, got to feel it out still. Okay, so this is more interesting. So this is maybe more of like a Trick Room setup here. Though I do need to respect Mesprit's, I need to avoid Fake Out here, actually. So I'm just gonna Dazzling Gleam and Protect. Because I don't want to go for the beat up right away. I could Taunt in Protect and try to block Trick Room. The thing is, you could also just like Tailwind here. I do have Torterra if Trick Room goes up. Let's do that. See how that goes. I'm like super nervous for some reason. I think it's because I haven't really played lately. I haven't recorded while I played either, so this is an interesting lead from them because they can go two different ways here. So let's see what happens. It's Fake Out in the Fez in Trick Room. Oh yeah, I'm Cloak. I'm stupid. Get the Toxic Poison. Trick Room goes up. Okay. So I reveal my Cloak, which is kind of unfortunate. But I get the Poison on Mesprit, so it's on a timer. Shiftry, Fake Out, Mesprit, TR. No shock there. I've revealed Cloak. Awkward part here now is that I don't know how much I take. I mean, I could always just Dazzling Gleam. The speed is really awkward now too, actually. I don't know what's gonna go. I think I'm actually just better off going for damage on Mesprit here. Sucker Punch is a crit. So yeah, it was a double crit. That's interesting. I'll get out of Crunch. 2 crits, huh? Okay. I mean, to be fair, I have no clue at all if that mattered, but Sucker Punch, Psychic, Pyroar come out here. They can't eat berries anymore. I don't think they should have. I mean, I guess the problem is they're probably okay. I could just try to stall Trick Room at this point. Like, it seems like they don't have any setup they're going for. Just double Protect. Okay, there's Ursaring. Psychic goes into Lucario. 2 turns of Trick Room left. Mesprit's gonna die soon. Ursaring is burned because so it's Guts. Not a shocker there. How do I want to handle this then? I mean, if I can get an Iron Defense up, I'm in a pretty decent spot. I am going to be faster than Ursaring, though, so I don't really want to do that in Trick Room. I guess go Hyper Voice. I don't know how much... Oops. How much is... No, I'm not going to be able to figure that out. Crunch did 42%, right? Crunch did 44. So base 160. This would be base 60. So that's definitely not going to kill. Do I burn the Terra flying here on the potential ground move and just go close combat? Oh, it's Terra Ghost. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's tough, actually, because now... I should have seen that coming. Alright, let me just slow down a little bit, take some notes. I definitely should have seen that coming. It's gonna be pretty common. So Ursa Ring is the ghost with facade. Last turn of Trick Room. I can always double protect here. Mesprit will die. They can bring in Fake Out though, which is kind of annoying. I can bullet punch the slot. In Iron Defense, maybe? The problem is, like, how am I killing Ursa Ring? I'm not quite sure. They sub, okay. Interesting. So Trick Room ends. So we haven't seen the fourth Mon yet. Shiftry is... Can come back in for Fake Out. Okay, it's Doug Trio. I mean, do I get punished too hard for just going for another Iron Defense here? I'd go before... I'd take a hit from Doug Trio, but I'd go before Ursa Ring. And I can maybe protect Lucario. Or do I just body press the Doug Trio? Problem is Doug Trio can kill Lucario here, right? So my best option might be to just double the Doug Trio. So Rock Slide, hopefully I don't flinch. Okay. That still does a lot of damage though. They are in a timer with the burn. So I do have that going for me. I can dodge the Fake Out here. Problem is I'm taking too much damage. I mean, I can get rid of... How much did the facade did? 40%. I don't think I can win this. I'm gonna Iron Defense. They Tailwind. Ooh, that's smart. That's GG, I think. I'm gonna have to... I mean, I can protect here. Leaf Blade, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, so not reading the Terra Ghost on the Ursa Ring kind of lost me this game, unfortunately. But we do live. But it does too much damage. I mean, it ended up being close. Like if I'd played this a little better, you know. The problem is I can't break the sub and not die. So, I mean, I could get the... How many protects do I need for him to die? Yeah. Alright, we lose game one. Let's just take a quick... We got the full set for... We got the full set on... Let me get the replay. We got the full set on Shifter. Here's Fake Out, Tailwind, Leaf Blade, and Sucker Punch. I don't think we saw anything else from Mesprit besides Trick Room and Psychic. We saw Rock Slide on Doug Trio. We didn't see anything from... Well, we saw Substitute. And that's it. Okay. All right, so how do I change it up here? I mean, I think Torterra did really well there. If it wasn't for the Terra Ghost, I might just honestly go for the same lead. In Leaf Pyroar and maybe bring Diplin. Yeah. All right, Doug Trio Cryogonal comes in, which is kind of scary. Cryogonal does they both outspeed, which is the awkward thing here. I can Tailwind. I did not reveal that last game, and I can maybe protect and hope that it's Levitate, so they can press Earthquake. And I'm definitely trapped, so I can't switch. We know Bullet Punch is a 2-hit KO on Dugtrio. I probably die to Earthquake. I mean, I could Terra Flying. Is that obvious, though? I'm going to Protect and Tailwind. Just to see what the play is here. Okay, it's just Earthquake. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Tailwind goes up. Okay, so now I'm going to beat myself up. I'm faster than Dugtrio. I'm going to beat myself up. And I feel like Crunch should kill. I don't need to lower my stats. It also covers for a switch-in. Because Bullet Punch did half and it was neutral. And this is twice as much. Well, and I was not boosted, so. Alright, I crit myself. It doesn't matter. Crunch should kill. Their Sash. I probably should have seen that coming. Do I die to this? I do. Dang. Okay. I did save my Terra this time, though. Unfortunately, both of my Pokemon are incredibly weak to Ice. So I think it's Terra Fighting, Body Press. I think I'm getting 2-0'd here, actually. It did Icy Wind twice. I mean, that probably doesn't matter. I don't think it's locked in anything, because it didn't... I think Dugtrio might be... No, okay. I mean, the threat is Cryogonal, right? At this point. Dugtrio shouldn't really be able to do a ton to either of these. Yeah, let's Protect. Let's see what this does. Oh! Oh, that's so smart. You got me. Oh, that's tough, actually. Damn, that's tech. That's crazy. I just got rolled, actually. Damn. Alright. Well, I definitely did not respect that enough. I mean, I made 2 really bad plays in the set, and I think they were big difference makers. One, I did not even think about Terra Ghost Ursaring. Like, that's completely obvious. That's a complete blunder. And then I need to assume Sash Dugtrio. I think I'm not supposed to beat myself up there. I'm supposed to just Dazzling Gleam and kill Dugtrio, and then beat myself up the next turn. It was just dumb. Like, I panicked a little bit and just completely forgot about... I kind of, to be honest, with the amount of damage the Earthquake did to my Pheasantipity, or to my... Where was it? Yeah, to my Pheasantipity, I took 65%. I kind of thought it might be Choice Band, if I'm going to be honest. Like, in my head, I was thinking, oh, it's probably Choice Band Dugtrio. So I didn't really... The Sash was out of my head at that point. I made a huge... I didn't respect Cryogonal enough. Like, I should not have brought 2 quad ice weaknesses in the back. I mean, it didn't matter at that point, but the Endeavor Dugtrio was good tech. I probably should have slowed down a little bit and thought about... I guess the question is, I don't know if... I doubt Dazzling Gleam Bullet Punch kills. I could just close combat Dazzling Gleam and it'd be dead. Yeah, that was silly. Icy Wind can't lower my speed on either Pokemon there if he's just going to keep pressing it. So yeah, that could have been... We didn't see any other moves from this. Yeah, that was just... I think... I mean, obviously very well played and prepped to Ryan. Endeavor's a scary move. The substitute Terra Ghost Ursaring, like... I mean, this game ended up pretty close. If if I had read the Ghost Terra, maybe it would have turned out different, but like that's good. That's a sick set to run. No EV-Light, just going straight for damage. You know, that was pretty cool. I kind of walked into that, and it still came down pretty close. I mean, all in all, I'm not like, you know, I'm beating myself up a little bit because I lost 2-0, and that sucks, but I think it is well played to him. Getting the first game jitters out of the way, you know, it'll happen. It's a long season. We can still, you know, start off on the wrong foot, but you can always come back stronger next time and hopefully do a little bit better. I think I definitely failed a little bit in my prep here. I probably should have brought Raichu for Fake Out instead of both grass types, but I mean, hindsight's 20/20. It is what it is, right? That's why it's a tough league. Everyone's strong, everyone's good. So yeah, that's gonna do it for week 1. It's a pretty rough start for your boy, but you know, it's still always fun to do the prep and record the videos and play the matches, even if you get clapped a little bit. So good games again to Ryan. Hopefully we can bounce back next week and right the ship before we start our journey to like an 0-3 start or something crazy like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.